What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 4 of Server Stomp. I am Sireph, and with me today is, of course, the illustrious, as always, Mr. Kenigmatic. How are you doing, Kenny?
Pretty good. Just woke up.
Yeah, let's go straight into the game, man. Let's jump into it.
All right.
Man, that was a powerful intro. Today we've got a very special team. We've got Danny the Thief, Nick, Bazeleel the Caster, Lil Cleo, and Female Mind Games going against Wet Paper Bag, Bob Mensa, Rika, and Zoose, and Mind Freak. Let's watch in here. Looks like we've got blue team grabbing their capture point first, and we've got Wet Paper Bag just keeping Red from getting their home point. Bazeleel not able to keep it up, and also Bob Mensa in here to just do work with them. And the meanwhile, most of blue is concentrated here at the center. Really only being put up by Lil Cleo and Nick on the red team. What do you think about this interesting split here?
Split was interesting. The fact that 3 of red team went mid while 2 from blue went mid. It was still in contest, and finally blue got it. So they're definitely in the lead right now because they sort of circumvented and had someone go and get waterfall forms. That way, knowing that all of this would happen, they would be able to get points while everyone was fighting.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like blue has actually managed to get all 3 capture points right off the bat. 64 points to 0. Red team really needs to come together and communicate here. But it looks like, let's go in with Zoose. He looks like he's doing a lot of work using his combos to great effect. Now Zoose, if you don't know, is the elementalist, for SOAC Gaming. He's managed to take Lil Cleo down. All of these guys here are pretty top-notch NA players. Most of them coming from the Guild Wars 2 esports subreddit clan. But Red managed to take the mid. They've got Nick the Guardian here, trying to keep Zoose off point. Let's see how long he can hold him back, if he can, or if he can just keep him back indefinitely. But it looks like Red Team is beginning to make the first steps in terms of a comeback. They've neutralized Quarry, they're fighting for it, and now they've managed to secure Graveyard and keep it away from pretty much everybody.
Red Team got a capture point.
Yep. I only worry that they got those points because they downed a few players from blue team, and that gave them enough time to capture the points. So red team's capability of killing the other team might be higher, but blue might be better at mobility, and that's key for this sort of game.
Absolutely. Now, if we see one team beginning to slay it up, though, if they can manage to slay the other team faster, really, they can put the hurt on with very fast caps, and even go straight to the Lord if possible. Yep.
If they do go for the Lord, that'll give them quite a few points, sort of fixing this differential in points and making it a lot even of a fight.
Yep. It looks like Red Team is managing to slowly close the gap here. Blue Team doing a lot of great work keeping them off of the quarry point. As I say that, though, Red Team's Guardian is in need of some help here in center. Like Rika, this Mesmer here is really putting the hurt on Nick. But as I see that, Bazeleel in Moa form comes to save the day. Let's go in with Bazeleel and watch his play here. Bazeleel is actually a really great caster. He's kind of new to the scene of Guild Wars 2, but he's got a great, I'd say, casting future ahead of that. Of course, as I say that, his play future is, I think, to be questioned. He's about to get Invisi-stomped, and actually managed to hold that off. Let's watch the stomp here and try and keep the battle in frame.
Just like that,
he's holding off Wet Paper Bag very well, I should say. So as we're taking this, looks like Lil Cleo, the Guardian, is managing to take Quarry, pretty much unopposed. But Red Team doesn't have a capture point, and that's going to again put them really far behind. As Waterfall is it is being fought over, but it's still a Blue's point. Red takes Quarry. And let's go into the fight in the graveyard. And as I say that, of course, blue team does secure the graveyard for themselves. At Waterfall, we've got Danny Thief down. We've got Fragile Thing bringing him back up to fight Zoose. Let's go in with Zoose here. Let's see what kind of damage he can manage to pull up. Now he's running a Scepter Dagger build, Kenny. What can you tell me about that?
Go ahead.
Scepter Dagger build. It's very popular. It allows for ranged attacks as well as close in, and with the traits and stuff like that, he'll be able to do quite a bit of damage really fast.
Right, and he's from personal experience, I've seen him spike down just ridiculous amounts of
Red
people.
team
Red
wins
team
the
now
capture
taking
point.
the graveyard. Red team losing the quarry,
Just
and Wet Paper
like
Bag is
that.
going to take
Blue
that.
team
Blue
takes the
team still up
capture
2
point.
points. Red team has the ability to come back if they can keep the slaying on, if they can stay together, hold hands through this, and just really kind of shut down Blue team through kills. That's what they really need to focus on, staying here at the midpoint, killing everything.
Yep. Red team also needs to focus on fighting not only in graveyard, but sort of taking quarry and waterfall. They know that all of Blue team is in the middle. They really want that point. That's the only point that they don't have. So if they can sort of realize that, they can move around effectively and secure their point differential, like the point difference, so that it won't be. They'll still have a chance if they do that.
Blue team
Absolutely.
grabbed the
Now, what
capture
I'd like to
point.
see is someone from the red team attempt a Lord kill, because they are so far behind. That is the only way I see them coming back in this game. Blue team up 2 points to 0, up 335
Red team
actual
wins the
points
capture
to
point.
35. This is going to be a hard game for them to come back for. But next game, we will switch up teams. We'll see what's going on here. Danny the Thief getting double stumped here. Teleports away last minute, keeping Zeus and Raiko away. Let's see how long he can kind of survive this, but of course, as I say that, we've got red team capping at the graveyard, no one capping at the quarry. There's a little fight going here. Mind Freak, Mesmer going up against nobody.
see
Just
that?
Fragile Thing
Red
goes
team
down.
got a capture
Red team
point.
manages to get the graveyard, but it won't help them unless they can capture the side points and shut down the blue team.
Mm-hmm. Yep, at the moment, the only way Red would be able to sort of come back from this is if their best bunker stayed in mid, just
like
to keep
that.
Blue on
Blue
their
team
toes,
takes
and the
a
rest
capture
sort of
point.
ran into the Blues Lord and took him down in a very quick manner. Also, making sure that their Lord instead doesn't get spiked down as well.
Yep, and we're going to see Bazeleel and Lil Cleo go down. Lil Cleo actually looked like Raiko was going to walk away for a second, but she really only walks away to juke him out. She's going to come back in here and shatter stomp him possibly. If she can't push him away right now, just through damage. Yeah, she's going to damage him down instead of attempting the stomp. Looks like Blue is going to secure all 3 points, 426 to 164. This is an unwinnable game here, don't you think?
It's not entirely unwinnable, but they would have to put Blue at a significant
Blue team
disadvantage.
grabbed
I
the
mean,
capture
killing their
point.
entire team, 3 capping, and then sort of pushing them back towards Blue Lord, making sure that they don't run around them and be more mobile than Red Team. So they could win. The likeliness of that happening, not very.
Of course, as we say this, the entirety of Blue Team has pushed down to Red Team's base. I'm going to try to add insult to injury here. They can keep slaying them off the spawn. They can keep. They can totally just spike down the entire Red Team and get their gate, go get the Lord. But as I say that, Blue Team wins 500 points to 164. Topping out the leaderboards is Mind Freak the Mesmer, followed by Bovmancer, Rika, and Wet Paper Bag. No one in Red Team getting over 100 points in that game.
Yep, that is a little bit sad. But when you have that much momentum, it's not really surprising that the other team will have that high of a score.
Absolutely. I'm just going to let the players know to switch it up for Kylo here. Kylo, one of the most favored and hated maps right now. Everyone plays on it, so it's kind of one of the most ubiquitous maps we see right now.
Yep. The secondary mechanic, though, sort of makes it good. Each team has a trebuchet. It's able to hit any part of the map, or at least any of the 3 points, for massive damage. But if it does get destroyed, you can repair it. That is a long trek, though, from one side of the map to the other, just to repair your trebuchet.
Absolutely. Now, it looks like we got a full team here. Wet Paper Bag, Bob Manson, Little Cleo, Mind Freak, and Choreo Midges. Choreo Midges, if you don't remember, she was on the show, I think, last time. On the blue team, Daddy Thief, Nick, Raiko, Zeus, and Fragile Thing. They're actually calling out Zeus in chat, trying to to make sure that they target him first, knowing that this guy is just so good. So we're waiting for the players to start here. We've got let's see.
The match starts soon.
Alright, the match is about to begin, guys. Here on the Battle of Kylo, Red Team versus Blue, of course. Who will be crowned victorious? Who will be the MVP? And most importantly,
Last
can Red
chance
Team
to nail down your
get
strategy.
anyone on the scoreboard above 100 points?
Their makeup did change a little bit. Wet Paper Bag is now on Red Team, so is Bowmancer compared to Blue's
Hold on
team,
to your points.
Zeus and
Seize
Rika.
theirs.
So, with that little bit of a mix-up, they might be able to perform a little bit better.
Yep. Now we're watching the split here. We're seeing Danny Thief and their Guardian head mid, while one of their Necros, well, Fragile Thing goes. Well, it seems to be. Let's see what Fragile Thing is actually. Fragile Thing. Oh, this is
Did you
poor
see
mid,
that?
man. This is a
Red
great
team
strategy
got a
right
capture
here. They just
point.
want to lock down the middle.
That's both
Blue
teams
team
going to
grabbed
lockdown.
the
Nobody's on
capture
Trebuchet, and they only cap their close points. So the entire team is in midpoint.
Yep, both teams right in here are opting to sort of forego the secondary objectives of the map here, saying let's metagame them a little bit, let's focus on it, but then they're doing exactly the same thing. Looks like Mind Freak has gone down. Corey Midge is trying to cover her, trying to make sure that Fragile Thing can't get the stomp off on her and see what happens. Let's go in with Mind Freak. She may actually get up, but no, it looks like Nick the Guardian's coming up. She's going to try and get the stomp, and it is. She doesn't actually teleport further away, and Corey Midge just pays the price for that, going down herself. Meanwhile, at Mansion, we've got Lil Cleo trying to back cap, but Rika and Zeus are saying, no, get off of my point.
Yep, that was a fantastic move by them. Red trying to pull out so that they can sort of capture the far away point, but it just didn't matter.
Yep, and we're going to see Blue take Windmill as well very soon. Kind of unopposed. Corey Midges, of course, is going to take that, but we've got a big fight down here. Staff Guardian Nick is taking it on Wet Paper Bag, the thief from Red Team. Yep, this is, we're going to see a lot of bunkering from this Asuran Guardian here. In the meantime, down at the mansion, we've got Bovmancer taking on Rika and Zeus. Really, he's not even on point yet. He's not going to get this point, to be totally honest. He can't even get within the bounds of it with Rika and Zeus. They're keeping him off. We're going to see at Windmill a fight going down between Corey Midges and Fragile Thing, like I said. Let's go into Corey Midges. Can you tell me what this person's doing here with their stats and as she's running away, of course?
Though I will say, Corey Midges is sort of doing exactly what Zeus is doing, both in build and feel. I think the utilities are pretty much exactly the same. So even down to the slots that are being used. So it's a very mirror matchup between Zeus and Corey Midges.
Alright, well, we're going to see if who's the better elementalist here soon, as Corey Midges is the one trying to defend the point and keep and get Red a win. I didn't really expect this with a team swap here for Blue to just dominate so heavily.
I summon the wind.
It might just be that we can't see it, that the other team is actually communicating while Red sort of failing to do so. Communication in this game is key, so you know where everyone's going, what's happening, so you can properly move your tune around as well as sort of focus down particular areas.
Yep, and so we've got, looks like Mind Freak coming in here with
Wet Paper Bag?
Wet Paper Bag is Blue, Wet Paper Bag came in here earlier. There's a big battle here from Mansion coming in. Looks like Wet Paper Bag is staying around. Corey Midges opting to take the other points instead, realizing that she's not really going to contribute much as just purely DPS.
That feels good.
Mind Freak going down. Can
Red
Zeus
team wins the
Rika
capture
in
point.
time? Yes, you can. Looks like Mind Freak might get stomped here soon if Wet Paper Bag can't revitalize her.
Yep. So now it's all sort of in limbo. Both teams are at Mansion, though they're sort of focusing on the other points. Red team specifically focus on the midpoint because that is most important to them. Having that other point, the extra point, will allow them to accrue points in a much quicker fashion than Blue, and that's what they really need to focus on.
Yep, we're gonna go in here with some of the Blue team. Clock Tower. It's kind of an interesting story here. Fragile Thing and some of the Blue team coming in, but it's a trap basically. Corey Midges and her crew are going to try and take down Blue team as quickly as possible so that the neutralized point is not neutralized for long. Looks like we've got a drop from Danny Thief, but that's okay. We're going to see Sea of Ghosts take his place. Mansion is capped by blue once again, and Clock Tower is a blue point again as well. Really, this is going to be blue team locking it up in here. 260, 275 points, 110. Fragile Thing going down. Can Zeus come in and knock everyone back? Yeah, that's going to happen. Fragile Thing gets up, manages to drop a whole bunch of spells before running away. He's going to try and go heal Nick. Guardian taking on Choreo Midges. We're going to see Zeus versus Choreo Midges very soon. Let's go in with Choreo Midges in the water tomb and switching over to Lightning. Going to get high damage off. And this is a great battle here at mid for the Clock Tower point.
Yep, and we're going to see that Sea of Ghosts and Wet Paper Bag are going to start dueling it out at Windmill. Sea of Ghosts sort of left that entire group fight because he probably thought that they were doing really well, and I mean they are. So he went to go ahead and focus his
just like that.
His
Blue team takes a capture point.
Attention to Windmill instead.
Yep, absolutely. Now, if we look at the actual point, Nick is the only one on point. As of course, as I say that, Zeus will run through and prove me wrong because he's amazing. But what I would like to see here, let's resort to using the Treb here, because clearly red team is not they're not doing what they need to sort of keep all the points down. Wet Paper Bag though managing to kill Sea of Ghosts with a rabbit finisher, securing Windmill once again for the red team. Like I said though, I would like to see red devote a person, maybe not necessarily to team fights, but to breaking down the walls at Clock Tower. Normally by this point these walls are long gone.
Did you see that?
Really, it'll give them the knockback and the damage they kind of need to take mid, and then maybe point it at Mansion and use it for support. It's I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. It looks like someone has actually rage quitted though.
Whoever that may be, I'm not entirely sure. Somebody else should probably get in there though, just to keep the teams even. Though I will say though, blue team does fight in huge groups. So if red actually utilized their trebuchet, I think they might have a chance if it happened earlier in the game.
Yep, absolutely. I like the fact that they did meta each other with the decisions to kind of like to skip it, but I don't think in the long run it paid off. Look at this, 400 points to 139. Windmill is not even red's point right now. We've got Rika and Zeus coming in. Let's follow Zeus for a little bit. He's really kind of unafraid to like just pop in here and take the point, and take what he sees is. Zeus don't care. Zeus do what he wants.
Exactly. He's played this game so much that he's able to do that. He's able to gauge where he'll be spiked or where he's going to have like a lot of pressure put on him, and he sees it right now. He's not going to have any of that.
Yep. At the top of the leaderboard is Rika the Mesmer, though. Let's go in with him or her as we sort of kind of clear this map out and wait for the next game, because that's pretty much all that can be done at this point. Finally, another person joining the red team, but alas, it is too late. Rika is the reason why she's at the top of the leaderboard, is that I can see she's backcapping, she's rotating very efficiently.
Blue team grabbed the
Let's go in with Zeus as he comes in for the stomp here. Gonna roll back, get in for the stomp on Bob Mancer. If Bob Mancer can sort of life drain, oh, no, that's not gonna think it's gonna happen. There it is, another win for the blue team. We've got time for another 2-ish games. If we don't see this red team stepping up, what's gonna happen, man?
It's just going to be an all-out bloodbath. And it really goes to show with this match that you have to not ignore secondary mechanics in these maps. If you do, you're going to totally deny yourself any potential of coming back sometimes. We finally see that the red trebuchet was used right at the end, though.
Alright, so now we're moving on to Temple of the Silent Storm, a map famous for its buffs and buff control. If you can lock those down, your team is going to hold the key to victory. Let's see how everything goes in here. I'm gonna ask Rika to be red. Oh, never mind. Looks like we filled up immediately.
The match starts soon.
So on the red team, we've got pretty much the same team. Wet Paper Bag, Bob Mancer, Little Clea, Choreo Midges, and CK. It's Thief, Necro, Guardian, and
last chance to nail down your strategy.
Nick, Rika, Sea of Ghosts, and Danny Thief. Now, Zeus is a Elementalist, Nick is the Guardian, Rika is the Mesmer.
Hold on to your point.
Ghost is
Seize
a
theirs.
and Danny Thief is, of course, a thief. So let us watch right now as we see the splits going on. Right, let's pull up the map. and see where everyone's going. It looks like we've got one blue going to home and one red going to home, with the majority of people coming in here trying to fight for mid and fight for immediate buff control. So I can actually just click the camera. Alright, so we've got Choreo Midges, really the only one from red team, fighting for the early buff, dropping down into the water below. She's not going to have a good time.
Ferocity has appeared.
She'll come up and be able to support the effort here at mid. Looks like Red's going to get the midpoint pretty easily. Let's see what's going on though. Looks like there's a raiding party going in at Red's home point. If they don't secure this, it's I would say this is going to be the beginning of a long, run-out stomp.
Yep. Though it all depends with this map. If red team is better at team fights, the meditation of ferocity will definitely give them an advantage, so long as they can sort of corner blue and just take him out.
Yep, Choreo Midges backcapping altar. Majority of blue coming down to gate, and they're gonna try and engage as many people as possible. Let's go in with CK, the elementalist.
Red team wins the capture point.
Is running dagger actually.
Blue team grab the capture point.
This is something we see a lot, especially here on the NA server. Why don't you tell me more about the difference, kind of the subtle differences between scepter dagger and dagger dagger? Can you explain a little bit of that for our viewers?
I'm pretty sure scepter dagger focuses on support while also doing damage. Dagger is primarily just to spike down a target instead. So Zeus, while able to do a lot of damage for his team, is also able to heal his team, I believe, and give boons and conditions as well.
Yep, as of course talking about this, let's go in with him. He looks like he's currently chasing down Choreo Midges. Blue team has midpoint, and that's going to be enough to keep them in the lead, but it looks like red team's actually fighting back the same. They're doing a great job making sure that they rotate along with the rest of this Zeus, and some blue team coming in from mid. Looks like Choreo Midges is going to oppose them here at the center. And everyone who is capping at temple is going to come down to the mid. CK, what looks like also Bogmancer and
Ferocity has
joining
appeared.
the fight. Ferocity appearing. What we're not seeing is anyone going for those buffs, going to take the 10 or so seconds needed to exit the fight, go get this, go commune with the buff, and come back.
Everything's so blurry.
It's also important to note, red team doesn't really have much of a bunker. They do have little Cleo, but his trait lineup isn't necessarily built for bunkering. It's sort of a bunker damage hybrid at the moment.
Yeah, he's actually running Scepter Focus with a greatsword. Now, if I know my Guardian builds, that is not the standard. Standard is actually Scepter Shield with Hammer, or Scepter Shield with Staff, as Nick is kind of running. Looks like CK is trying to oppose Rika and Nick for the midpoint. Blue team doubling reds at the moment, or almost doubling, but it's not a lost cause here yet. Let's go in here, see who's going.
Stillness has
appeared. Get a
appeared.
stop on somebody, getting it on Danny Thief, getting it on Sea of Ghosts, actually putting them pretty much into a point where they can come cap temple and do it pretty unopposed. Of course, as I say that, Zeus always proving me wrong. I'm gonna come in and do work.
Red team really needs to get this meditation of stillness.
Oh, they did.
They did? Okay, good.
So.
Because that would prevent blue from taking it, making the difference between the points a lot more.
Of course, Ken, why don't you explain the buffs here? So we've got on the side points already spawned. Which buffs are that? Those are ferocities, right?
Yeah, those are
Red team
ferocities,
wins
and
the
each
capture
ferocity
point.
you get will give a team 3 extra points when they do a stomp. There are 2 of them, and they stack. So if both teams get it, that'll award them 6 extra points on top of the 5 they already get when they stomp an individual. So for each stomp, they'll get 11 points.
Alright, well, it seems like so red team did manage to cap
Ferocity has
stillness, and
appeared.
what that has done is as long as they can keep temple, rather, they're gonna have an extra point per second, so that it's basically the equivalent of having 2 points with when you have 1. As I say that though, they've managed to lose temple. It looks like Choreo Midges is going to come in here. Oh no, it's CK coming in to fight Danny Thief, forcing Danny Thief off point. They're going to cap. If CK can keep Danny Thief away long enough, they'll be able to take advantage of the stillness buff that they've got. But I'd really like to see people come in here and use those ferocities. Looks like Zeus has dropped down to the to lower levels by accident, kind of pushed off there, and he's being followed in hot pursuit by 2 red team members. I'm not liking this, man. This is, again, it's a closer game. 135 points, 140 points to 295, but we're still seeing blue have both capture points. We're still seeing blue keep red from capping pretty much everything. And as I see that, though, it looks like we've got a fight around one of the Frosties. Is someone going to take it? Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
Did you see
But
that?
we will see in
Red
about
team
a
got
minute.
capture point.
There's going to be the Meditation of Stillness and the Meditation of Tranquility come up in the center. The Stillness will obviously give them 2 extra, or will double their points if they have a point. But the Meditation of Tranquility will actually give them all 3 capture points once it is taken.
Absolutely. Now it looks like Sea of Ghosts was attempting to cap on red team's temple point, but they'll have it secured, freeing up someone to kind of come back into the center and go in. Let's go with Choreo Midges. She's historically the person who is the more objective focused player, and I'm actually not wrong. It looks like she's waiting here for this buff to come down here.
Yep, and that's actually the Tranquility buff, and it's going to be up in 5 seconds.
Alright, let's go in Choreo Midges. Let's watch her take the Tranquility buff.
Tranquility has appeared.
Come in here and stop the commune. Nope, she's going to grab it for red team.
Stillness has appeared.
That is a great boon for red. Looks like if we go into... Oh, no. Yeah, Sea of Ghosts actually coming in.
Ferocity has appeared.
That is going to be a game changer, man. Look at that. Red team has all points now. Already contested in mid. Looks like Little Cleo's going to try and keep it neutral as long as possible. Altar already contested. It secured them a few points, but it did not do the work that I thought it should have.
If they had gotten Stillness as well, and sort of right after that moved to bunker down at least 2 points, they would have definitely benefited from that.
Just
but
like
at the
that,
moment, Tranquility
blue team
sort of
takes a
helped,
capture
but not
point.
entirely.
Absolutely no. It looks like they
Blue
did grab
team
Stillness.
grabbed the capture
If they
point.
could have taken that a little bit, if they could have held off on the initial buff that they got there, gotten Stillness first, and then capped all 3, the amount of just ridiculous points that, like, it would be a horrendous spike in points that they could have abused.
Yep.
But as I
They
say
would have
that,
been up to about 300.
absolutely. Now, as I say that, Nick, of course, Guardian bunkering mid, trying to keep Wet Paper Bag off. Let's go with Wet Paper Bag. I like to root for the underdogs, and to say that Red Team is the underdog is not inaccurate. But Danny Thief and Nick spiking this guy down. 442 points to Red Team's 254. There is a fight going down at Altar. Let's go watch what is going on. Bovmancer up against Rika. If anyone can take down Rika, it is Bovmancer, the Necromancer. Let's see what he can do. Of course, as I say that, he gets knocked down. Let's go in with it into his down state. What can he do here to sort of even out the score? Nothing, as he gets stomped, and the Rock Dog is, of course, doing damage as well off of Rika's armor runes.
Yep. Blue team actually took Ferocity not too long ago, sort of making their win even more defined. So, with
Ferocity
red
has
against the
appeared.
ropes, they're going to focus on keeping these 2 points as well as stomping
team
individuals
grabbed
as
the
fast as they
capture
can.
Yep, absolutely. Let's go in with Zeus for these last couple stomps. I think he's going to manage to get Lil Cleo down. And no, he's going to res in the mist form.
And steady.
Sort of like I like seeing a lot of people creatively go for stomps. Not many people creatively go for reses. Blue team wins
Behold
500
the
points to
ocean power.
263.
Red team
Next
wins
game
the
will be
capture
our
point.
last game. If Red team can actually win this next game, I will do something. I don't know. What should I do, Ken?
I don't know. You asked me way too fast.
If you win this next game, Red team, I will do something nice for you. Alright, what should I do for Red Team, guys? Tweet at me at MLG Sireph. You can see my Twitter in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. If they win...
They're going to Disneyland!
Yeah, no. Let's see what's going on here. We're waiting for players. Looks like, actually, that is not the scoreboard key. Okay, so what paper bag, Bob, Manchester, Locally, or Corey, Mages, and Fragile Thing are Red Team. Hold on a second. I don't know. Okay, so Blue Team, Zeus, Easy Mode, Rika, Illusion of Avalon, and CK. Blue Team, interesting comp. 2 Elementalists, 1 Warrior, and 2 Mesmers. and red team is a interesting sort of. Actually, we're gonna see someone drop. That was easy mode drops. Athena Noma who comes in. That's 3 Mesmers and 2 Elementalists.
Yep. Now we're just waiting on the teams to ready up.
Ready up, Buttercup. So we are currently at the forest of Niflhel. It's worth noting that this map has 2 creature spawns that spawn in either side of the keep. Right here is where Chieftain Udahain will appear, and over here is where Spawnier the Bear Man will appear. Both are worth 25 points, am I right? Am I wrong?
I believe so.
Alright. It's good to always check your facts before you say things on the internet, guys, or the people that you serve will rip you apart. So it looks like we're just waiting on one more for red team. I like what I'm seeing from the blue team, actually. A lot of action from Rika, who's doing a lot of objective work, a lot of backcapping and rotating. Her map awareness is pretty on point. It's actually one of the best I've seen in all 4 episodes of this. Of course, also on the team. Oh, looks like Zoose actually switched to red. Now I'm gonna.
Oh, he wants to tweet at you, buddy.
Oh man.
I've beaten you, but you don't know it yet.
If you're ready, start her up. Come on, players. So let's watch Zoose as he does the home makeover red team edition on this game.
The match
game
starts
is about to
soon.
begin. Yeah, let's see if he can put the team on his back here. As I said, the secondary mechanic
Last chance
is,
to nail down your strategy.
forest spawns. Really, they only sort of serve to keep your team ahead by points and such.
Hold on to your points.
Split
Seize theirs.
going out, we see Zoose and their Necro going straight to mid. We're seeing another Ellie go straight back to the spawn and to mine.
Spawniers return.
Looks like Blue's actually focusing a lot of
The
resources
chieftain has returned.
into the chieftain fight. It looks like Zoose and company are gonna come and try and steal it. Let's watch Zeus.
That is the most dangerous thing to
Just
have
like
happen.
that, blue
But
team
Blue's
takes
able
a
to
capture
solidify it.
point.
Yeah, Blue is not really gonna pay off for Red.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture
Red
point.
team is taking Spawnier, the Thieves up there, but it looks like Pure Midges is taking the midpoint for Red team. Gonna be unopposed until looks like Athena Nomaho and that's it. Actually come in to take the Zeus and company, managing to sort of push everyone back here to Henge, trying to cap Farpoint with Fragile Thing, but Fragile Thing is going to go down, getting stomped as soon as I transfer over to him, going back to Little Cleo. Little Cleo was the guy on mine, but he's going to try and like bunker / DPS everyone away from the mid. Who's opposing mid here? No one. This is going to be a res point very soon. Managing to even up the score with the forest creature kill and a lot of stomps.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Blue, if they had the
Red team
mobility, should
got a
have gone
capture
after
point.
Spawnier and tried to steal it from Red, but they didn't. They only had one character committed to taking down Spawnier, and that was Wet Paper Bag. His DPS wasn't enough, and it was taking him a long time to sort of kill Spawnier.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to see almost the entirety of Blue Team come in here on keep, try and push Red back, and they're going to do a great job at it. Looks like Zeus rocking his SOAC tag, going to get spiked down a little bit. He's going to actually manage to get away just in time, but easy mode the warrior in here, coming in, cleaving it away at people with his axe, and now switching to greatsword, going to just whirlwind around.
Yep. I'm surprised. His build is a little different from the standard 100 Blades axe shield combination, but for what it is, it's
team
working at
grabbed
the
the
moment.
capture
That's all
point.
that really matters.
Managing to take midpoint. This can be the beginning of their comeback. Zeus force lightninging, kind of Emperor Palpatine-esque in sort of fashion. He's going to come down here, trying to get a stomp off on somebody. Can he get it? No. Looks like let's go in with Zeus and try and watch this happen. Red team is going to cap mid. Looks like their lead is solidified here. 124 points, 105. Minions are going to come up in just a short matter of time. Looks like CK is forcing him off, but it's just going to divert Zeus to Henge, and that might actually suck. That might be horrible for the blue team.
Yeah, but it's a 2v1. Actually, it would be a 3v3 if the movement is correct.
As we said, of course, Choreomidgis is just recapping mines for red team. Rika doing what she does best, objective play, staying on henge to make sure that red team doesn't come around here. And she's going to go off to try and deal with the threats of wet paper bag and Zoose. But she kind of doesn't need it. She needs to stay because, as I say that, Fragile Thing comes around and backcaps, neutralizing the point.
Yep. And Isimo's actually on the midpoint trying to take down, but Little Cleo does see him, as well as not Zoose, but Choreomidgis.
Yep, absolutely. Choreomidgis popping that fire ring, going to force
the Chieftain has returned.
Easy mode off. Chieftain has returned. That is the product of Blue's early sort of resource diversion towards the Chieftain.
Red team got a capture
Let's see
point.
if they can take this unattested. This will put them, back in the game. And red team keeping both mid and their home kind of unopposed. Let's watch, see who comes in. Of course, it is Zoose. Blue team takes Udaheim. It is now 196 points to 172. What are the what is one way
Spawneers return.
Blue team can kind of come back into this game?
Well, because red team took so long to kill Spawnier, blue should sort of rotate around and get the Spawnier kill immediately. They are sort of behind on their position capping, but blue team, they know that blue team's all on the left-hand side of the henge, so they can sort of be a lot more mobile on the right-hand side to sort of come back from it.
Absolutely. We're going to see blue team sort of realize that there's some red dot and Fragile Thing headed towards henge, but I would really love to see if one of their messengers just break off and attempt to take spawn here. Red team is not even attempting it. Zeus is going to attack CK and easy mode over here. Let's go in with easy mode, who's kind of just going at top speed, running away, trying to heal up, and then join the fight again. Follow Wet Paper Bag, who's of course in hot pursuit, but as is Illusion of Avalon, who will attempt to team up with easy mode to take this guy out here. And meanwhile, in the keep, Rika, again, the objective player, attempting to take down Red's point, but Zeus is going to come in here with his Rock Dog runes, spawn enough people to kind of sort of deal with it. But as we stated, Athena Nomaho coming in here. Can blue team take this point off red? We'll see. It looks like mine was actually contested and neutralized. Choreomidgis taking this point for her team, going back to keep. Looks like blue team has enough people to sort of secure this so they can keep Little Cleo and Zeus out of here, but that is something that is not, it is easier said than done.
Yep, there's not enough immobilized to go down to keep Zeus from running around, and that's the only thing that's sort of keeping him alive, is the fact he's able to dodge away from these attacks from blue.
Absolutely. So we just saw Zeus get spiked down. Blue is devoting almost 100% of their efforts to keep. Red team can't even get around to henge. Let's go. Let's keep watching keep here. Fragile Thing attempting to neutralize the point. Athena Nomaho in the downstate, but still keeping the point capped for her team. Let's watch her sort of get back up and see what she does after she gets up off the bounce here. She's gonna push forward, try and deal with Wet Paper Bag, try and deal with Choreomidgis and Zeus here. Red team really needs to sort of hustle. Blue team is closing the gap very fast here.
Yep, red is sort of trickling into the keep. They're not moving as a group. That allows for blue to focus down each member that comes in individually. Red should have gone for Spawnier instead. They can then sort of regroup and remobilize and take out blue in a much better spot than where they're at right now.
Yep, and of course, as we say that, though, it's like Choreomidgis are going to go and try and backcap Joy for the objective play.
The Chieftain has returned!
There's someone there to sort of meet here, and that's Rika, which is not sort of anything that is surprising. Chieftain has just spawned. I'd like to see Rika come around here, backstab Choreo, which is what we're going to see, and just deal with this Elementalist and have the ability to push up towards Chieftain. Of course, as we say that, looks like we've got a raiding party from Red coming from behind the keep, and this is going to be Fragile Thing and Wet Paper Bag. Wet Paper Bag can't even get on point as he's intercepted, and he's going to head back home. Someone just got spawned here. Was that red or was that blue?
That was definitely blue team.
That is going to put them in an amazing lead here. This is going to be pretty ridiculous. After seeing red team lose 4 games in a row here, basically. 401 points to 325. Red's not even earning points here. Wet Paper Bag and Low Cleo trying to force the Athena off of their home point. Looks like, meanwhere at Henge,
Did you see that?
Zeus is going
Red
to cap
team
Henge.
got a capture point.
Finally, they're going to get back in the game. They really need to take their forest creatures and get the kills they need to sort of to close the gap. Let's follow Zeus personally. He's going to kind of attempt to spike down Chieftain with Koryu. I don't see anyone sort of coming to oppose this. They have this opposed. There we go. 25 points to red team. That leads them up to 370 to 437. But blue team is retaking Henge, and it's not an easy time for red here over in mine.
Yep. So at the moment, red is sort of divided between their close point and their home point and their far point. But blue is able to move around because they have all the control and keep. So they have all of this area that they can be mobile in safely.
Absolutely. Now, it's worth noting that there's no one at keep that is easily back-campable, but all of red's resources are split evenly between the side points. Wet Paper Bag going down. Little Cleo going down. Fragile Thing is in the down state. Let's go in with easy mode. Watch as he tries to pull off the stomp. He's just going to damage this guy down. Can he do it? Yep, it's going to happen. He's going to get the kill for blue team. This is it. This is 498, and now 500 points for the blue team. I can't believe it. Even with Zeus, even with all of this amazing skill on red team, blue team manages with superior communication, superior team play here. They're just, that's it. Like, that is the key to winning here. Koryu made just 95 points, Zeus 75 points, easy mode 245 points. That's kills, that's caps. Rika, the objective player, 130. That's not the least she's done, but it's just everyone else on her team was so committed to doing the objective work and doing just what they needed to do to win.
Yep. And it's interesting that easy mode did so well because for the longest time, 100 Blades was sort of the joke. This was the cheese build that everybody went to, but it wasn't exactly the 100 Blades that everyone's used to. It was a very different variation where he could be support while having that huge DPS.
All right. So, like I said last time,
last chance to nail down your strategy.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, the action continues here. On Spirit Watch, but we've just
hold on to your points.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, this is a weekly show. Come back every week. I'm thinking about doing this every Thursday, noon Eastern time. I will let you know otherwise. You can follow me on Twitter. It is at MLG Sireph. Follow kenigmatic on Twitter. That's the kenigmatic. So, Kenny, any last words on this game?
Nope, not at all. Red team tried their best. They tried their damnedest, and they almost won that last game. And I'm sort of sad that they're not going to go to Disneyland.
Red team wins a capture point.
Maybe not Disneyland.
Blue team grab the capture point.
Maybe Disney World.
Maybe Disney World. We'll see what we can work for this team.
Just like that. Blue team takes a capture point.
Thank you guys so much for watching the show. For Kenny, for me, for everyone here at the Server Stomp team. You guys are amazing. Come back next week. We'll have more epic shit lined up for you. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
See you guys.